Welcome. This video on how to apply for postal jobs and exams is presented by postalexam.com. This is T.W. Parnell speaking. I am the author of the Postal Job and Exam Guides published and distributed by postalexam.com. Everything to do with hiring and testing is now done online at usps.com/careers. Every time one of the over 30,000 local postmasters nationwide has a job to fill, he or she posts it online at their website. There are usually over 1,000 jobs posted on their website at any given time. Each posting is only open for a few days to a few weeks. You can only apply during this limited time period. You're supposed to be able to do text, location, and functional area job searches. But unfortunately, none of these search functions really work as they were intended. The text search function is primarily intended for searching by job title. So why doesn't it work? Mostly due to posting errors and because of the weird postal job titles. Posting errors may include typos, spelling errors, or abbreviations. If there's a mistake in the job title when the local postmaster posts a job, or if the postmaster uses an abbreviation instead of the full title, which happens often, you will never find it when searching by proper job title. And that's assuming you know what job title to search. The Postal Service has all kinds of odd job titles that you would never in a million years think of searching. For instance, the retail counter clerk who sells you stamps. They call that job a sales, service, and distribution associate. Who ever heard of a job title like that? Or let's say you're looking for a mail delivery job. What job titles should you search? Pick one. As listed on this slide, there are at least 8 different titles for mail delivery jobs. How can searching for jobs by state go wrong? All you do is pick a state, and all open jobs in that state should be reported, right? No, wrong. The problem is that the search function is limited to reporting a maximum of 100 jobs. But it's not unusual for there to be over 100 open jobs in any one state, particularly the larger or more populated states. The bottom line is that if you do a state search and 100 jobs are reported, you automatically know that there were more, but it maxed out at 100. How many jobs did you miss? How many did it fail to report? Most importantly, did you miss the very job at your local post office that you really wanted? Let's talk about the functional area job search. The Postal Service has 39 different functional areas as listed on this slide. Every job falls under one of these functional areas. The idea is that if you know what functional area to search, the area that your preferred job falls under, you could search that functional area and find those jobs. But the problem is you did not even know there was such a thing as a functional area, much less what functional area your preferred job falls under. And then we get back to the chronic posting errors by over 30,000 local postmasters. Some postmasters fail to include a functional area. In this case, you could do a functional area search all day long and never find a job if it wasn't assigned a functional area to begin with. And jobs are often listed under the wrong functional area. For instance, delivery jobs are supposed to be listed under the customer service/delivery functional area. But I have personally found delivery jobs listed under 12 different functional areas on the postal website. Let's assume you found a job you like. Now you must apply for it. Unfortunately, the application process is a certified nightmare. Their website warns you that it may take up to 2 hours to fill out the application, and that is no idle threat. It will take you at least 2 frustrating hours and likely a good bit more. The application consists of a never-ending series of forms, of cover letters, of attachments, of conflicting instructions that seem to be designed to drive you nuts. And if your application is not completed and submitted just right, it may be kicked out. You will think that you applied, but if you didn't complete the application exactly right, all you really did was waste hours of your time, and you will never hear back from them. Let's assume you handle the application properly. The next step is an employment exam. Thankfully, there's no such thing as test dates anymore. They schedule you for the exam as you apply for a job, and you can apply for jobs anytime you want. You will almost certainly take exam 473E, the test to use to fill the vast majority of all postal jobs, all processing, distribution, delivery, and customer service jobs. See my Postal Exam 473E video or go to postalexam.com for full details on this test. But the short story is this. According to the Postal Service, it carries an 80 to 90% failure rate. That should get your attention. Assuming we've gotten through the job search, the application, and the exam, next comes the employment interview. Only the top 3 applicants, the applicants with the top 3 exam scores, are invited for an interview, and one of them gets the job. That means that you literally must have one of the top 3 scores for any chance at all. All the steps we've discussed are important, but when you get down to it, what's really important is your exam score. Everything depends on your exam score. They have a standard interview checklist, by the way, that is used when interviewing applicants regardless of the job being filled. We'll talk more about this checklist in a moment. So how in the world can you overcome all these obstacles in the way of your postal job? The first thing you need is my book, How to Really Get Postal Jobs, available on postalexam.com. This is a job search and application guide, not a test prep guide. Included is a multi-tiered and filtered method of using their dysfunctional job search functions to really find all relevant jobs. It also has detailed step-by-step instructions for the mind-boggling online application process. And finally, included as well, is a copy of the official checklist they use when interviewing for any and all jobs. You will go into the interview fully prepared. No surprises. Next, you need my online test prep guide, the complete Postal Exam 473E Interactive e-guide, only available at postalexam.com. My online guide contains a tutorial with full up-to-date info on the exam. Of particular importance, included in the tutorial are proven effective test-taking strategies. See my Postal Exam 473E video or go to the postalexam.com website to learn why these strategies are so critical, especially for the horrendous memorization section of the exam. And finally, the online guide contains ultra-realistic practice tests. The most important element of postal test preparation is extensive and realistic practice to master the foreign tasks, the critical test-taking strategies, and the inhuman speed demanded. My interactive practice tests are so realistic, all the way down to the background color, you will experience no surprises whatsoever when taking the real exam. And the practice tests are automatically scored so you can track your progress and concentrate your efforts accordingly. If you take nothing else away from this presentation, remember this: the one and only site you need for postal job search and postal test prep assistance is postalexam.com. You will find putting a little time and effort into using my guides to be a small investment compared to the tremendous rewards of a postal career. Thank you for sharing a few moments of your time with me. I wish you the best of luck in your postal job quest.